Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am the Channeling Goddess. If you are new here, hi, hello. If you are returning back, welcome back. So today we are going to be doing a reading all about what the storm is coming to clear from your life. So if you've been like me, you've been seeing the number 555. You may have been seeing the number 333 as well, maybe even 222. You may even be dreaming about floods and like, you know, Mother Earth healing herself, and then like there's a lot of other things that are happening. Some of us we feel the energy of a storm brewing and that it is on its way into our life, and for some of us it is coming to clear very specific things from our lives. Okay, so we do have two piles here. Pile number 1 is Root of Water, highly sensitive. This is card number 28. Card 2 is the Ancestral Force, completion, card number 21. Now, if you are looking to get a message that is more specific or tailored toward you, which means you're looking for messages that resonate with you specifically, it is helpful that you set the intention with spirit now, with your ancestors, your higher self, that you receive the messages that are meant for you, that there is a sign, there is a clue in either of these piles or in both, where you know that you are in the right pile. Also, if you are looking to be more grounded and to center yourself within yourself to hear the messages from spirit, it is helpful that you tap into your own intuition. And one way I like to do this is by going outside and putting my feet in the grass and just taking a breath and inhaling and really visualizing myself accepting the energy of Mother Gaia. And the other thing that I like to do is to take 3 mindful deep breaths. You want to inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 3, and exhale for 5 to 6 seconds. This just helps you get more in tune with your own intuition and help you receive the messages that are meant for you. Okay, so if you are ready, I will have the timestamps in the description box below. So get your coffee, your tea, your beer, your water, your wine, whatever it is, and I will see you in your pile. Bye. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose the Root of Water, highly sensitive, card number 28, then this is your pile. So the first thing that I'm getting specifically from this card is that there are a lot of emotions within you right now. Some of you who pick pile number 1, you are currently in the storm currently right now, right? Your emotions may feel like they are all over the place. You may feel like you don't really know which way to turn. Some of you may be discovering for the first time that you are an empath. You may be very highly empathic, especially because the word highly sensitive is here. So it's making me think that you are very empathic. For some of you, you could potentially be getting reached out to by, I think it's Yemaya. For some of you, that could be one of the ancestors, or particularly gods or goddesses in this case, who is reaching out to you. But what I'm getting from this card here for pile number 1, the storm is coming to clear away the doubt and the fog as well. There's a lot of fog that I'm seeing. If the way I can describe what I'm feeling is like my mind is cloudy, right? I know that there's something else on the other side, but I can't quite see it because my mind is a bit cloudy, right? The storm is coming through to wipe away the uncertainty, the fear, so that you can see further down the road. For some of you, the cloudiness has been stopping you from tapping into your empathetic abilities. So like I said, you could be definitely an empath, a high empath. For some of you, this storm is also coming through to like almost help you balance your spiritual gifts, especially for those of you who resonate with the path of an empath. This storm is coming through to almost regulate you in a sense, is what I'm getting. It's almost like what I'm seeing in my mind's eye is like a boat that is like tilting, right? And the storm is going to come to level it out, which sounds weird, right? Because when you think about a storm, you think about like, you know, seas and winds being tossed here and there. But for some reason, it's almost like it's going to toss you into the waters that you're supposed to be in, and then it's going to level itself out. So for some of you, you have a lot of high emotions right now. You may be very emotional. Maybe you just learned some information about a pregnancy. Maybe you just learned some information about a friend, a job, or something like that. But something is a bit, you feel very emotional right now, very unstable, and this storm is coming through to set things right for you. Okay. There may be a lot to do with your emotions very, very soon, where a lot of what you're doing is going to have a lot to do with how you feel and how you see things. For some of you, you are only ever dealing in emotions, and the storm is going to come through to kind of level it out. So it's going to give you a little bit of logic, whereas an emotion as well, so that you can balance it out and make the right decision. Okay, let's get you some cards. Okay, that was quick. That's too many cards though. We're going to keep shuffling. Keep shuffling. Spirit, for pile number 1, what is the storm coming? Okay, we have meant, abundance, persistence, proliferation. Yeah, for some of you, it feels like you've been in a place of trying to call in abundance to you. And in order to get this abundance, you have to go through the storm first, is what I'm hearing. There is a complete and total disruption that may happen in your life. And this doesn't have to be a physical disruption. This could be you no longer have the same beliefs that you had before. But for others of you, this is a complete and utter transformation. You have moth, mystery, concealment, illusion. Yep. And I talked about the fog in the beginning, did I not? Yeah, I talked about the fog being there, and it's causing you to see, like, not being able to see further. We have butterfly, wild, transformation, joy, beauty, transience. Bottom deck energy is moss, agate, positivity, change. Yeah. So for some of you, this storm is all about a huge change that's coming into your life, that's happening for the greater good, right? Because you have abundance, persistence, and proliferation here. So for some of you, this started in Pisces season for you, but and you could also be a Pisces. But for some of you, this is what you're asking for. You brought, like, by you asking for this abundance, and you've been very persistent about this abundance coming into your life, the storm had to come first. Because for some of you, I'm hearing the abundance is already around you, but there's so much fog around you that you cannot see it, right? And then to kind of go in hand with that, we have mystery, concealment, illusion. So for some of you, you are living under a fog of illusion, right? We talked about the fog. We talked about you not being able to see. I'm literally hearing the saying, I'm not able to see the forest for the trees. So for some of you, you are living in a place of mystery. You are living in a place of uncertainty, and you don't really know what's on the other side, and it's making you a little bit uncomfortable. Your emotions are all over the place, and it's because there's so much mystery. Like, think about when people tell you, like, oh my God, something good is coming for you, right? And you may say to yourself, okay, that's great, but what is it, right? There's so much mystery around it. And for some of you, this mystery is here for a reason. Even right here, we got on the moth, you can see what looks like eyes here. For some of you, Spirit is saying that you've been trying to look with your physical eyes and not your spiritual eye, which is why you feel so emotional, because you can't see what's coming, because you're trying to look at it with your physical eye and not your spiritual eye. For some of you, by you tapping into your third eye and looking at it from a more spiritual perspective, it is going to wipe away the fog and the illusion, okay? Then we have butterfly here, transformation, joy, beauty, transient. So some of you, you are going to transcend where you are right now. We talked a little bit about some of you may be empathic, right? And you may find that you are highly empathic. Like, you may have experienced some things in the past and you weren't quite sure what you were dealing with, and now after the storm comes through, because it's going to be a transformation, there is a storm coming through. There's a lot of, because I'm seeing a lot of water in my mind's eye, and it's also bringing me back to a dream I had, where after it was over, like, I think in the dream I was celebrating that Mother Earth had healed herself, right? So for some of you, this is about you healing yourself. No one else can heal you the way you can heal yourself, and it's a lot of transformation that's happening. You may start to see butterflies and moths. That may be your sign that this transformation or this storm is on its way to you, or you're in the middle of it. And then your bottom deck energy is moss, agate, positivity, and change. So this is Spirit coming back to reiterate and saying, hey, this is going to be a lot that you're going to be going through, but the change that's on the other side is meant to happen, right? It is meant for you to go through this particular change, because there's something else beautiful on the other side for you. But just know that even though you may not see it exactly as it is right now, it is definitely happening for you. And on the other side, there's something positive, okay? Let's get you a couple of cards from the Kemper deck. Okay, that flew. All right, we have child and mature man. I think I mentioned this. For some of you, there may be something emotional that happened, and it could be around a child. Yep, your bottom deck energy has changed. It could be around a child. So for some of you, you may be trying to get pregnant, and you may have heard some news that, you know, disappointed you a little bit. Spirit is telling you that the child is coming. Now, I do want to say this. This child may not come in the form that you thought, right? So let's say you want to physically carry a child, right? And there is another child that will be like your child, even though you didn't physically give birth to them, that you may take care of. So keep that in mind. For others of you, this could be about a relationship. This could also be about your grandfather. Something recently happened with somebody's grandfather. And somebody, your grandfather on the other side is coming through in this reading to say that I'm seeing a fan. Like I'm seeing this person hold a fan and they are like fanning away the fog. So for some of you, when you called in, whatever it is that you called in, by doing so, you called on your ancestors, specifically a grandfather. That's what I'm feeling. Could be a dad, but for me, this feels like a grandfather that you called in from the other side, and they're here to help you through this change, right? And then you don't even need to explain this one, right? Your bottom deck energy has changed, which is what we talked about. We're also in a 9 year, right? And this is card number 9. So for some of you, you're definitely going to be going through a lot of change. Things may not look the same as they look right now. 2 months from now, they could look completely different, but it is for your highest good. Okay. Let's get you, I think we'll do some romance. No, I don't feel called to romance. Let's do you some money cards. Spirit, can we get a couple of cards? What is the storm bringing in? Okay, we have leadership. It says you're stepping into a role as a leader. You're ready. Once you accept and stepped into your power, your career will soar. Fear is holding you back from stepping out and being yourself. Yes, so for some of you, what this storm is bringing in is putting you more into a leadership role, right? Is putting you where you're supposed to be because you've limited yourself, right? Then we have easy does it. It says slow and steady wins the race. This is not a good time to rush. Pay attention to every detail. Be careful not to get involved with any get rich quick scheme. So for some of you, somebody may come to you and it may not necessarily be about money. It could be, but somebody may come to you with a proposition that just sounds too good to be true. Spirit is saying when you have that feeling, second guess it. Okay. Wow. Bottom deck energy is lost. This is a major phase in your life is ending. Yes. What did we talk about? That's what the storm is going to do. It said embrace the new. Let go of the past to focus your energy on what lies ahead. The grief of loss is still standing in the way of your progress. Yes. So for some of you, understand that there may be some things, some people, and when I say loss, I don't necessarily mean like death. This could just mean that these people are no longer in your life anymore. And what did we talk about? Manifest. You manifested this, right? But some of you, this loss, this bottom deck energy, loss being your bottom deck energy, it's just talking about the storm coming in to wipe a lot of things away. You may lose some things in the process. There may be some things afterward that are no longer the same. Spirit is saying to understand that that is exactly the way it's supposed to be. Okay, let's get you some cards from the Tea Leaf Oracle deck. See if Spirit has any additional messages. We have Bridge. Look at this. Successfully overcoming a problem. So for some of you, if you're wondering whether or not success is at the other side of this, Spirit is showing you that this is your bridge to success, right? Let's get you some other cards, some other messages that Spirit might have for you at this time. Okay. We have Rabbit. It says too much concern with sexual matters. So for some of you, you may have been born in the Chinese New Year of the Rabbit, and I just saw 11/11, so you may be seeing that as well. So that could be your confirmation. For some of you, Spirit is saying that maybe you've been focused too much on sex and you should focus on something else. Okay. I'm also hearing other people's sex lives is not your business. I don't know if you've been dipping in somebody else's sex life, but Spirit is saying that's not your business. Stay out of other people's bedrooms. Okay. Then we have here, it said good news. Yep. Some good news is definitely coming for pile number 1. Then we have Rooster. It says an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. So be careful, people in your path, people who are around you who are not people you want to play with. Okay. And then we have Dolphin. It says financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. So for some of you, this thing that you did in the past, it feels like something that you might have walked away from, something that you thought you weren't going to be able to make any money off of. And Spirit is saying that there's financial gain coming, but sometimes we have to get away from the fog and we have to move other things out of the way so we can get to exactly where we need to be. Okay. So this is a quick one, pile number 1, but this is all of the messages that I have for you. Thank you so much for sticking it out with me all the way to the end. And I will see you next time in your next one. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose the Ancestral Force completion card, then this is your pile. So first of all, the first thing that I'm getting from this is that some of you, you are already at the end of something, right? Something has come to a close. Hold on, let me turn on the light. Okay, that's a lot better. Also, I want to say this. I paused on 22, so 222 may be a number that you're saying. You also have the card 21 here. So this feels like a continuation. But I want to say for pile number 2, you have come to the end of a cycle. There is something that you have been going through, a karmic cycle that you have been in for quite some time, and it is at its end. Here's the problem. The reason why the storm is coming in is because you won't let well enough alone. You won't let it go. So like, I'll give you an example. Let's say you're in a twin flame relationship, right? And the lesson that you're supposed to learn, you've learned that lesson, but you're still in the relationship, right? For fear of whatever the fear could be, letting go, having to start over, feeling like you're not going to find anybody, whatever it is, right? It could be a whole wide range of things, right? The storm is being called in because you won't let go. Like I'm physically seeing, like in my mind's eye, like somebody's hand holding on like this and you won't let go. So the storm is coming in to wipe it away, right? You've already gotten to the end of it, but the storm is here to wipe it away. And I want to say this. Oftentimes when storms come in situation like this is because you've been given sign after sign after sign after sign that you need to let this thing go. And for one reason or another, you decided, nah, I'm not going to do it. It could be because of fear. It could be because of financial issues, financial loss, financial gain, whatever the case may be. Something about this is making it more difficult for you to walk away from this situation. So the storm is coming in to force you, right? This is one of those situations where the universe, or you can say God, is going to force your hand, okay? Because you're already at the completion. You have completed the entire cycle, but you will not let go. For some of you, you may start seeing eagles. You may see, I think they're called aleke beads. You may start seeing those as well. For some of you, you may have been dreaming about Joseph. I think he's the one that had the coat of many colors, because for some reason, that's what this is making me think about. Or somebody just recently said that to you. If you've heard any of these, this is a sign. If you have not, it does not mean that this is not your pile, but I'm just telling you what I'm getting. For some of you, you may be seeing the numbers 22 or 2222 or 222, maybe a sign as well. You may be born on the 22nd or 21st of a month. That could also be a sign. But I do want to tell you, like, what I'm hearing your ancestors say is you've been hard-headed, right? And I know some of you are saying, no, I wanted to get out. No, I wanted to leave. And your ancestors is saying that you won't trust us. We keep telling you to just do it, right? It's scary. It's fearful. You may feel like you're struggling for a little while, but we're asking you to do this thing, to walk away, to let this particular thing go, whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship. For some of you, this is even a child I am hearing. This is like an adult child who you will not let go of. You will not let them fly. So spirit is coming in the form of a storm to wipe this thing that you've already completed out of your way, okay? Because for some of you, it is holding you back. Even if you don't realize it's holding you back, it is absolutely holding you back. It could be holding you back from a new romantic relationship. It could be holding you back from celebration, something like that. But let's see if we can get you some cards. Spirit, can we get some cards about what this storm is coming in to wipe away for pile number 2? Okay, we have imperfections. It says love is a beautiful mess. Embrace its imperfections. Excuse me. We have passion. It says keep the flame of passion alive. It is the heartbeat of love. For some of you, you may be going through a heartbreak. For me to say that. For some of you, may be going through a heartbreak, or this storm could feel like it's bringing about a heartbreak for you. Okay, let's get one other card and bottom back energy, please, Spirit. And higher self. Thank you. We have the X. Ooh, healing from past heartbreak takes time. Be patient with yourself. Bottom deck energy is friendship. It says this connection is based on friendship. It may never develop into romance. So for some of you, I'm hearing 2 different stories. So for some of you, this thing that's coming in to be what the storm is coming in to wipe away is an X. An ex that's been dangling on. Like I'm seeing somebody like with their fingernail holding on to you for dear life, right? This person, I think, you guys could have ended this and it could have been a great relationship. And what I mean by that, it could have turned into a friendship, but because you held on so long, the way things are going to end is going to feel very tumultuous. And it's because you didn't walk away when Spirit gave you the sign. For some of you, this person is not your ex yet. This person is about to be your ex, right? You're holding on to them. You know they're not meant for you. You know you're not in the right relationship, but yet and still you're still holding on to this person. You're still making excuses for this person. And not even just for them, you're making excuses for yourself. And Spirit is saying that they are coming in to wipe this away. Now, I will say this. I'm going to give you a word of warning. There is still time for you to do this on your own. But if you let this storm come in and wipe this person out, it is not going to be the easiest thing to go through. It may, what I'm seeing is like, if you are with this person and it is a marriage, right? This person may fight tooth and nail for custody of the kids, and they don't really want custody of the kids, but they just want a reason to fight you, right? That's what I'm hearing. That's an example I'm getting. It doesn't have to be that, but this is just for those where love resonates. This person is holding you back from passion. And I'm going to also say this. For some of you, this person is holding you back from a new romantic relationship. They're holding you back from passion. For others of you, part of the reason why you won't let this go is because there is a passion in this person that you have not felt from anybody else in any other relationship. So for that reason alone, you're like, I'm just going to stick it out. Maybe they'll get better. I just got to learn to love their imperfections. And Spirit is saying, this is not a time for you to learn to love this person's imperfections. This person needs to be your ex, right? They could have potentially been your friend at one point or another, or Spirit is saying they were only supposed to be in your life for a season and you kept them there for a lifetime. For some of you, some of these people have been in your life way too long. Okay, let's get you some cards from this deck. Ooh, we have Boss. It says, gone are the days of answering to anyone else. Your destiny is now in your own hands. Yes, for some of you, this is about a relationship. This person is bossing you around. This person feels like they can control you. They feel like they own you, right? They feel like you belong to them. We're going to keep shuffling. They feel like you belong to them and they're not willing to let you go. We have Believe. It says, when you wholeheartedly embrace the attainability of your actions, you will find the courage to exceed the ordinary. For some of you, you don't believe you can leave this person. Yep, that's why you're still there. You don't believe that you have the power to leave this person. We have entitlement. What did I say? This person feels like they're your boss. It says, why do you believe that you deserve benefits and privileges that you haven't earned or worked for? This person feels like they are entitled to you, your body, your mind, your money, your soul, your spirit, everything. They feel entitled to it. And it's because maybe they give you a little passion here and there, but what they're taking from you is so much more sacred than what they are giving back. Wow, we have Laziness. It says your dreams are so much bigger than your efforts to achieve them. If you want to accomplish great things, you'll have to try harder. So for some of you, the storm is coming through to move away perfectionism. That's what I'm getting. You've been trying to be perfect at something and it's causing you to delay and be lazy about certain things. Yep, daydream. It says having your head in the clouds can be a source of great inspiration, but be careful when your fantasies become an escape from reality. So for some of you, this is going back to that love message. You've been daydreaming and that's how you're escaping your reality. You've been dependent on this person, right? And here's the thing. This is what I'm about to tell you. Okay, listen to what I'm about to say. You feel like you've been dependent on this person, but this person has been more dependent on you than you realize. Now, I know for some of you, you're thinking to yourself, well, he or she makes more money than I do. He or she does this. He or she has this. But there is something that you are giving them, and this feels like essence wise. You are giving them your essence and they are taking advantage of it, right? They are using it to their advantage, right? They're growing off your own back is what I'm hearing. Spirit is saying they're growing off of the sacrifices that you make. And the storm is coming through to cleanse it and purify what's happening in your relationship, okay? And I was trying to get away from the love portion, but I don't think I can. And I was feeling this earlier before I got to pile number 2. I kept feeling like it was going to be a love reading, and this is confirmation. So let's get you 2 cards. Wow, that was 2 exactly. We have Buds, New Beginning, Expansion. Not even surprised. We have Alter, Gratitude, Release, and Burdens. Okay, so let's talk about this. So for some of you, Your ancestors are asking you to meet them at the altar. I'm also hearing the song, Meet Me at the Altar in Your White Dress. This does not feel like marriage to me. This feels like your ancestors are asking you to meet them at your altar or their altar pure, right? So if you don't have a physical altar, you can still meet your ancestors without a physical embodiment of an altar, right? You can pick a place that is sacred for you, whether it's a closet, whether it's a corner, it doesn't matter. In your car, hell, it could be anywhere. Pick a place that is sacred, and your ancestors are saying, come to us pure. Come to us with a pure heart so that we can start anew. Come to us with a pure heart so that we can begin again, so that we can start from scratch and bring in this new expansion, these new beginnings that are right at your doorstep. But you're so busy holding on to something that the cycle has ended. It is over, right? You cannot hold on to this. And whatever, like, I'm literally hearing somebody in my head saying, I want to get out. Like, I want to get out. I've been trying to get out for the longest. Spirit is saying they've given you the opportunity and you have not seen what's right in front of you. And for some of you, Spirit is saying that you keep saying to yourself, there is no opportunity. And in front of your face, there may not be, but you're still being asked to take a leap of faith is what I'm hearing. Okay. Let's get you some cards from the Tea Leaf Oracle deck. Let's see if we can get some additional messages from here. Spirit, can you give us some additional messages? Thank you. We have basket. It says recognition, reward for merit. Something about this, Spirit is saying you're going to be rewarded for taking a leap. For some of you, I'm also hearing somebody may have told you you're like a basket case right now. That's confirmation that this is your right pile. But Spirit is saying they're going to reward you for taking a leap of faith and walking away from this person or walking away from this situation. Like I said, some of you, this could be a job, but the love portion is really heavy right now. Then we have bell announcement. So for some of you, there may be an announcement coming soon. This could be about a child. For some of you, this could be an announcement about your work. This could be an announcement where this person, ooh, I'm getting this. This person may try to propose to you. I can't tell you what to do, but I will tell you this person is going to try to propose to you. They're going to try to keep you, especially when you try to walk away. They may try and propose counseling, or they may be like, oh, well, we can do this, we can do that, right? To help keep you there. I'm just going to tell you, your ancestors and your spirit guides are saying don't fall for it. Now, what you do with that information is what you do with that information, but your spirit guides are definitely say don't fall for it. We have funnel. It says period of frustration, lessons to be learned. Because some of you know what I'm hearing, some of you are going to be hard-headed. You're absolutely going to fall for it. And spirit is saying it's almost like you're going to put yourself in a pressure cooker, right? There's going to be a period of frustration because there is a lesson that you need to learn by sticking this particular situation out. And then we have heart, great happiness. Yeah, for some of you that are going to walk away, Spirit is saying you're walking away to great happiness. And I just saw 1313. So for some of you, this may happen in October. It may specifically happen on October 13th. Your birthday could be on October 13th, or something could happen on that day that could be significant for you. Okay. All right. Pile number 2. This is all of the messages that I have for you. Thank you so much for sticking it out with me all the way to the end of your pile. And I will see you next time in our next one. Bye.